All right, to the people of Iowa, welcome back to another episode of the Iowa Chill Show. I'm Nathan Creeps, joined by my co-host, the Big Daddy Borchella.
How we doing, Nate? How we doing,
Good,
people?
good. It's June 23rd here. The weather's been awesome lately. It really feels like summer is starting to roll here. The weather's been cooperating. It didn't last week, but it's golfing weather right now, and it feels right for the 4th of July coming up.
Oh yeah, it feels so good. You know what has been really a pain in my ass though? Waking up with the sun in the morning. I am on a big, hard circadian rhythm, and I'm waking up early. A little earlier today. I was like 4 a.m. For no reason, but
4
that
a.m.
early morning sun's getting to me. Yeah. Today was an anomaly, but usually it's just right at the crack of dawn.
It works out well for me because I go to work so early, so I like it. But man, when I try to sleep in on the weekends, it's impossible. We even have like blacked out curtains in our bedroom, and every room I've ever slept in my entire life faces the east or the south. So I'm always looking at the
You're
freaking
always getting
sun in
that
the
sun.
morning. And I'm the worst
Yeah.
sleeper in the world, so I need a dark room too. So I definitely don't help myself out.
No, loving these long days though. I'm not going to complain about a little early morning sun. It has been the best weather of all time. Got very lucky last weekend playing in the golf tournament up in Cresco. 2 beautiful days. One day in Oneota, Nate. I don't know if you've ever played that course. And then one day at the member guest at the Cresco Country Club. So just, yeah, incredible weather, incredible golf weather. And I'm really hoping that we can do some of that this weekend upcoming.
Yeah. Yesterday was officially summer solstice, I believe. So it was the longest day of the year. So
Yeah.
now when you officially start ticking down on the timeline of the sun, I start focusing my gear to football season, and I start thinking of
Yeah.
night games. But
Yeah.
tell me about your member guest, your tournament up in Cresco.
Yeah, a
Was it
really big deal. I like
2-man best shot or
I
what?
Yeah, 2-man best
Okay.
shot. I'm not exactly sure how many teams were involved, but the usual cast of characters up in Northeast Iowa, at least from
Yeah.
the Cresco area. Um, a big last minute addition, John Thompson. And we knew that was going to be a battle all day long. One of the best golfers in the Northeast Iowa area. We ended up finishing -9, left a couple on the table, and got second to John and his partner at -10. So overall, great weekend. Like I said, Oneota, if you haven't played that, that is a really fun course. And then,
18?
Cresco is great too. Yeah, Oneota is 18.
Where in the world is that at? Is that like,
I want to say it's just east of Decorah. If maybe I got them all mixed up there, but it's just east or west of Decorah.
oh, okay. So that makes sense for why it's probably pretty nice and hilly, kind
Oh
of.
yeah, nice and hilly. Yeah, right on is it the Turkey River? I think the Turkey
Could be.
River. Yeah, good tree coverage, beautiful scenery, really nice. And then Nate, really the big headline was Mabe's Pizza afterward.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
claimed number 2 in our pizza rankings. Maybe it
it
was your
did.
number
And
1. I can't remember. No, you did a cigarette.
I, yeah, I
It was
hadn't
my
been to
number
Mabe's.
2.
I think you were hyping up Mabe's quite a bit,
Mhm.
and obviously Rob Sand is the number one advocate, born and raised in Decorah. Yeah, it was awesome. Made the mistake of going double crust, double cheese on the first bite, and then went to the regular, and really saw where it lives up to the hype.
Okay. Did you eat there, or did you get it to go?
We had 2 slices there. Yeah, had to do it.
Oh,
We brought the rest home for everybody else that was staying at the
okay.
place, but yeah, made sure to get a couple fresh slices.
Okay, so what a weekend. Golf
Yeah,
tournament,
yeah.
pizza, and you got to be in Decorah. So
Yeah, so Darian went back for Father's Day, yeah, and I did like a 3-day vacation just 2 weeks after getting married. So already taking vacations from the wife. What were you up to?
Um, not a lie. I was supposed to originally go to Algona because my cousin-in-law was coming back to town. We were going to do some golfing. Things ended up switching plans, so not a big deal. So I hung around in the area, golfed with my boss and my brother at one of the Waterloo
Nice.
courses at Gates. And listen to this story. So we had a tea time set for 7:50 in the morning at Gates in Waterloo. And knowing me, I'm the worst sleeper of all time. And if I have golf the next day, I'm waking up 3 hours early. So I was up all
Uh,
day. So I said, screw it. 6 a.m. I'm 6:30 a.m. I'm gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts to chill for a little bit. And I was chilling for like a half hour. I was watching some foreplay European golf on my iPad. And this
nice.
guy comes up to me. He's like, dude, do you have Uber on your phone? was like, nah. I was like, yes, I do. He's like, okay. He's like, I will give you $100 cash right now if you can get me an Uber to Allen Hospital. I'm like, all right, I'll see what I can do. And tried getting Uber going, and it's 7:50 in the morning. And it's 6:50 in the morning this time. There's no freaking Ubers running in Cedar Falls. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to place it, and will not place. He's like, 200 cash right now for you to give me a ride to Allen Hospital. And I'm like, first off, I'm like, yeah, I'll give you a ride, brother, but you do not have to give me $200. I'll give you a ride.
Yeah,
Not
right.
a big deal. He's like, $100 cash, please. I'm like, dude, I said I'll give you a ride. And he throws down some cash. I'm like, dude, I don't need this. It was $40. I'm like, whatever, I'll take the 40. He's like, 40, threw another 20. He's threw an extra 20 for gas. So $60. I take this guy phone. I have no idea. And turns out he was a doctor at the hospital. So I don't know if he was late for surgery or whatever the situation was. Cool guy, very intelligent, obviously, but somehow lost his phone, and I made some money out of it. So
Yeah, wild way to start a Saturday. I
Yeah.
wondered what the guy looked like, and you don't want to judge a book by its cover. I know that you can't stereotype people, but I did wonder if it was an interesting looking fellow, if it was a doctor looking type.
Like when I got there was one other guy in Dunkin, which bothered me because it was really early in the morning. I wanted to be the only person in Dunkin' Donuts that morning.
Yeah.
And I just knew it. I knew this guy was going to talk to me at some fucking point. And so when he came up the original, I'm like, and I took a big exit. I'm like, I fucking knew it. But it turned out really well. And here's the thing. Here's the funny part. I didn't tell him this part because I felt kind of bad since I ended up taking some money. Gates golf course from Allen Hospital is probably a 25-second drive. So
Yeah,
I
you were
lied
already
to
going
him.
that way anyway.
Yeah. I lied to him and I said I'm golfing in Waverly. So, but he was.
I don't think. I was gonna
he-
say I don't think he cares one bit.
No,
He
he
needed to
did
get to
not
that
care. I
hospital.
could have got 400 cash from this guy. He's like, I got it right here, man. So yeah, cool guy. And I looked it up.
Nate.
He was a doctor. So
Even with that little white lie, I think that is a very Iowa nice moment of you. I'm very proud of you.
I tried shutting down. My life was in jeopardy if I was going to continue to shut down this guy's money. So if I wanted to live, I had to take his money. Is how I look at it.
Wild
Sure.
story, and I just love your willingness to do it. Like, you know, in a lot of big cities, you're probably not taking a random guy to the hospital, but
Yeah.
in Iowa, that you can get the job done.
Yeah. So we did that, and not much. Kind of chilled. I got this new John Deere hat.
Oh yeah, good
Yeah.
looking John Deere hat. I noticed
Yep.
that.
I'm trying to switch my identity. I told him I'm trying to go country this summer. I told my wife. So
Nice.
we're forcing me into a John Deere hat. It hasn't molded yet, but we're gonna work on it. So
Yeah. No, that'd be a great look for you. You're driving truck now. You're a man's man. You're getting your lawn together. I think it's high time you made a switch. And we might be going to the Butler County Fair this weekend. I don't know a lot of details about that.
Oh.
I've heard some whispers about it.
yeah. I didn't
It's
even think
fair
of that.
season in Iowa.
The hat, yeah, it is. We're going to be talking about that towards the end. But I got the hat just in time for the Butler County Fair. That's one of our most redneck towns in the state of Iowa too. So
Yeah,
at least
absolutely.
county. So looking forward to that. What do you before we dump in some more segments here? What do you got planned for the 4th?
I believe we're going down to Pella. I'm going to try and sneak around in at Boss 4th of July morning, and then we have a big family friend get together in Montezuma, so just north of town. Fireworks, campfire, I believe it. The family friends just bought like 5 acres or so. I might be saying that wrong. Could be more actually. So I think they just want to kind of break in the new home and have some fun. Which normally it can go either which way for us. We did a lot of years at the Waukee Centennial Park where they do the skydivers with the American flag on their heel. We've done a couple of years in Algona or in the Green River, the Shell Rock River. I think we're going to Pella. What about you?
Yeah, we're going to the in-laws, the great in-law farm, and
You
I'm
are
pumped.
not Algona?
Nope, sticking away from Agona this year.
Okay.
Which I feel bad because I was supposed to be there last weekend. So I was like, well, if I'm going to be here this last weekend, I'm not coming here for the 4th. Well, that fell through. But now we've already made plans to go to New Hampton. So super pumped up about that. Colby and his fiance will be up there. Some of her family members. We're going to do some golfing. Go to Spillville, a small town around New Hampton, for some fireworks because we are no longer shooting them ourselves. We've learned our lessons. And
Can we throw the photo of you again up on the screen.
Yeah, I'll
For
send it
anyone
to
that
you.
doesn't know, Nate has a little run-in with fireworks. It feels like every year.
Yeah, I'll send you that photo after this. And then I just went and bought $65 worth of golf balls from some random person in Center Point off of Facebook Marketplace because we do pawn shots.
Yeah.
The father-in-law has the big pond in his backyard, and he'll pull out the pontoon, and we'll scope it with the yardage marker, and we'll place a bunch of bets, and we'll just chip golf balls out all day.
If you have any video of that too, that's a fun thing to throw up too. Had a blast at your 30th birthday last year doing that. I could have done that for 4 hours straight.
Yeah. So
Sounds like a great weekend.
Yeah, I got 300 golf balls lined up for the pond bombs. I would love to know how many golf balls are in the bottom of that pond. It's got to be over 1,000 for sure. There's no doubt in my mind.
Oh, I would think so too.
Yeah,
but I'm not the guy to ask trivia. The last 2 weeks of trivia, I've just gotten bodied. So I'm the last guy to ask about water and how much volume something can fill it up.
Well, speaking of trivia, let's get into it, Bryce, because I got your Iowa fact of the week. I think you're going to do a little bit better about this one.
Okay.
This week, we're looking at the top 5 fastest growing cities, towns in Iowa. Can you?
Okay.
Do you think you could ramble some of these off? I got a list right here.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to go Ankeny and Waukee right off the bat.
Okay. Waukee is number 1.
Okay.
Ankeny is number 2.
Okay. I needed to do those. I'm going to go North Liberty.
No.
Okay.
Not close. Very close to the area. Think of that.
Tiffin?
Tiffin comes at number 5. So you have Waukee 1, Ankeny 2. Tiffin's actually number 4. My bad.
Okay. So I need 3 and 5?
Yep.
I'm thinking like big, who's moving where? I mean, it could be Cedar Falls, Waterloo. It could be Sioux City. I just don't know why it would be. Not Mason City, Fort Dodge. Probably not Clear Lake, Bogey. Those are all kind of just set in stone. Definitely not Southwest. Definitely not Southwest Iowa. Nate, I'm blanking. What are they?
Good. Hot stuff there, Bryce. 3rd is West Des Moines. Van Meter, your town, Van Meter. Yes. That is number 5. Yeah, so your previous population. So this is going from the 2024 census to the 2025 because they haven't done 2026 yet. Waukee came with a population in 2024 at 31,900 people. To 2025, it jumped up to 34,890 people. That is a 2,990 population growth of 9.3%. Ankeny, 75,900 to 77,800 for a 2.5%. West Des Moines, 73,100 to 74,200 for a 1.5% growth. Tiffin, 6,500 to 7,000. That's watch Tiffin climb here. It's getting stupid when I drive through. The shit they're building, they got the Top Golf there. Every other week I go, there's a whole nother town added. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And Van Meter from 1,600 to 1,700.
I will be curious. I don't think a lot of the Des Moines ones will change. It's like, at least from what I'm hearing, the same growth and expansion. I could see a few of the towns. Like I was just looking at some houses north of my other favorite town, Polk City, Sheldal, Madrid, and Huxley. I think are going to be up there soon. I just don't know how soon. Those towns are all awesome.
How about instead of extending these cities, we just branch off and create a new city? Why does anyone ever do that?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I think so.
It's time for a new city. What is the newest city in Iowa? You go ahead. Say what you think. I'm going to look that up.
I know a lot of people are worried about small towns. Obviously, it's top of mind after just going to Cresco.
The Iowa Gavin is worried about.
Yeah, we talked the Iowa Gavin. He is deathly afraid of the death of small town. And so are people from small towns. And here's my thought. I would love to live in a small town, but it's like, what do people do for work there? You know, like if we make this town, we got to have some industry, Nate. What's the industry that's going to move to the middle of this new town?
Yeah, so the small town, that's tough. Maybe you build a Target first and then build the small town around it.
That's true. Okay,
Something
that'd be good. Distribution center,
Walmart.
Yep.
Okay, I don't even want the Mirahashy, Vedic City. What the fuck is that?
Maharishi,
yeah. Maharishi Vedic City is officially youngest incorporated town in Iowa, having been incorporated on July 25th, 2001.
Yeah, probably newest town, university, everything.
That's it. That's actually a freaking city. How many times has this thing made its appearance on the freaking podcast?
Oh, I
I thought there
I
was
know,
just a
and
cult.
we talked about it as a Iowa chill group this week too. The Emmas are just fascinated. Martinson drove through to Mediapolis for a wedding last weekend. She went right through the Maharishi. It's just it pops up when you least expect it.
I got to go to Fairfield tomorrow for my delivery. Hopefully they
I'm
don't.
telling you, that'd be one of the great Iowa you told us to go videos. A tour around the Maharishi and just like a really inside look at how that works.
I'm nervous about going there. I don't know why. It just freaks me out. I can't believe it's a city. I didn't know it was a city. That's interesting to me. All right, Bryce, your weather records for June 23rd in Des Moines, Iowa. I don't know. Where'd you go? What was the high today there? 80, 82 degrees maybe?
No idea. I spent all day inside.
Okay. So. Damn. All right, June 23rd, weather records, Des Moines, Iowa. 101 degree Fahrenheit, set back in 1934. Lowest temperature ever recorded was 49 degrees Fahrenheit, 1958. Most precipitation, 1.66 inches in 2000. No snow. Your average high of 83.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Speaking of rain, did you see my Snapchat story from, or maybe I can't
Cedar
remember.
Rapids.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
so
was
how
the
did
most.
that go down? Because there was definitely some rain around the state. Surprised that not a lot of people sent flooding in. I don't think it affected that many people other than Cedar Rapids.
It was just like a quick 15, 20-minute flood. So I was coming to
flash
work in the
flood.
morning. Yeah, right. And I was coming to work in the morning, and right when I got to about the S curve heading south, it just open fired on us with like some of the largest raindrops I've ever seen. And it was last Wednesday. Some of the largest raindrops and amount of raindrops in like a 10, 15-minute span. I was like, holy shit. So I pulled off on 6th Street to head to work, and like 6th Street kind of goes down into a bowl a little bit. So all like the businesses, Casey's, Wendy's, all the driveways go down, right? And it's just like a waterfall coming from all these streets. And thank God I'm in a huge, gigantic flatbed. Otherwise, there's no way I was getting through. And we get to the final intersection to get to my work, and I'm almost concerned. I'm like, I don't know if I could freaking get through this thing. I powered through. We trucked on through, but many other travelers.
Well, it was serious flight. Well, if you have the video, we got to throw it up because I was like,
yeah, I got it.
Where did this come from? Like everyone else is, yeah, there's some rain, but that was way worse.
Yeah, multiple cars were stuck in an intersection. That was the most flooding I think I've personally ever seen, maybe other than the '08 flood in my parents' backyard. That's up there. We were just talking about that too. So that was cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was some wild flooding.
Just south of us, like by the airport, we didn't get where 80-mile-per-hour winds. They had the tornado sirens going off. You'll see in the video, but we just missed out by like 2 miles of that. So,
yeah. Speaking of weather and tornadoes, Illinois is getting destroyed. But the new updated map,
getting smoked.
I mean, 196 to Iowa 64, and I believe these are up to date from June 22nd. So we're pretty close.
It's because a lot of tornadoes have been predicted to land in Iowa earlier in this year, and all the storms kind of formed in Iowa. By the time they get across the Mississippi, they've all released. That's kind of the pattern I've noticed. But this last couple of weeks, they're big tornadoes too, like EF3s, EF4s, and there's been some awesome drone videos of like guys flying the drones into these naders.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know. The storm chasers are only getting better, and they're all getting more risky to get their best footage.
Can we officially say that the tornado alley has officially shifted north? Iowa led the tornado outbreak, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago? Now Illinois has to be leading.
We did.
Illinois has to be leading.
Oh, I mean, you take Iowa, Illinois, and Missouri, and it is more than almost all of the South.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fair to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I still can't see a tornado.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know if we're still in. We'll probably get at least a couple more this summer yet.
I would say so. All right, should we get into the spicy stuff here, Bryce? Actually, no, hold on. There's one last thing. On this day in Iowa, it's not that cool. On this day in Iowa, June 23rd, 1841, renowned explorer, Mr. John Charles Frémont steamed out of the St. Louis, Missouri on a $5 expedition destined for the mouth of the Des Moines River to map the Iowa waterways. John, we need you to map the Iowa waterways this year.
Not the sexiest job ever, but I'm glad that those waterways got mapped. I'll throw another, just to make this a little spicier, we'll throw up the map of all the tributaries and the feeder rivers that go into the Mississippi, and that makes, basically all of our agriculture possible. And somebody had to do it. Somebody had to go through and map all that out. And it sounds like John started it.
On a $5 expedition too. So shout out to John. Thanks for mapping those waterways. We appreciate you for your work and your service. Now the spicy stuff here, Bryce. So this is a little bit older news. Actually, well, some news actually broke out today, but Iowa men's basketball and Coach McCollum have been on an absolute heater in announcing neutral home series games for the basketball season. And I think the first one was announced that they're playing Creighton in Des Moines early in the season. Mm-hmm. They just announced today that they're going to be playing Virginia Tech in the Tyson Center on November 10th in Sioux City. And last week they announced they're going to be playing Alabama in the Casey Center. So 3 neutral games all here in the state. And I got some beef to pick with some people here.
Great games, by the way. What's your beef?
So first off, I'm all for this. And there are some hesitant fans out there. I would say the majority of the population are for this. So it's a very small minority that are hating on this, saying, oh, it's taking away a home game for Iowa. Shut the hell up. Carver Hawkeye sucks. It fucking sucks. Coach McCollum knows exactly what he's doing. So many reasons here.
First of all, does it actually take away a home game?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
It takes away a home game. But it's still a home game. You're playing in your freaking state.
Yeah, it's your home
Carver
state.
Hawkeye sucks. You play enough home games there already, okay? We are in a new era of Iowa men's basketball. We are trying to spice and appeal this thing to Hawkeye Nation, right? I'm not saying we're trying to get more fans, but we're trying to entice the current fans to get themselves more involved in Iowa men's basketball. And McCollum clearly sees the blueprint here.
Yeah.
You have to take control of the Des Moines market. You have to capitalize on that. Hence, we're going 2 games this year, playing 2 pretty damn good opponents, Creighton and Alabama. Alabama's usually a top 10 team in men's basketball. Those environments are a million times better than what shithole you would get at Carver Hawkeye Arena. You get downtown bars, a great atmosphere. All those fans who don't have to travel for 2.5 hour plus. You get a metro population of 500,000 people who are going to be pretty amped up about
buzzing, excited. Yep.
It's a whole new just environment to be in and getting away from the dungeon of Iowa City of Carver. And now he's even extended even farther, going to Sioux City. There's a large Hawkeye contingency of fans in Sioux City that don't want to drive 4.5, 5 hours to go to Iowa City for a basketball game. Football is a different story. Never play a football game ever on a neutral field unless if it's the semifinals or the national championship. Football is meant to be played at home football stadiums. Basketball, you can do this stuff. It's a shorter game period. Make it enticing. Bring your brand to your fans throughout the state. Don't make them always come to you when the wheel and the momentum is rolling after last year's Elite 8 run. Now is a time to expose our brand to those who have a much difficult drive and stretch of travel to get to Carver Hawkeye Arena. This is freaking genius. So any person out there opposing this they're fucking idiots.
Yep, they're lunatics. I love it. I love the games. We know that we both personally loved the Big Four Classic, and while this is not the Big Four Classic, it is close. And huge population of Hawkeye fans up in the Sioux City area. Grew up in Sioux Center for a little while. For some reason, everybody up there you're almost like in Nebraska, and you still have a bunch of Iowa fans. So that's great that they get a game too. I just hold a lot of respect for anyone that's willing to play and put their cojones on the table early in the season too. I totally agree with you with the neutral site football game, but I've always respected the football programs that are willing to put their teams out there really early in the season, not just play Florida Atlantic. So while that's not exactly the case here, I love it. I think it's great.
And another thing is we never lose these games. Iowa, I can't tell you the last time Iowa's lost a neutral sided game in the Iowa area. Now the other
Mm-hmm.
arena they usually play in is up in Sioux Falls, but that's all Hawkeye Nation up there too. So when you
Mm-hmm.
go to the game, it's 95. So it's genius. It's
Mm-hmm.
you're you're exposing your brand. You're reaching farther Hawkeye fans, and you're getting more eyesight and more actual attendance, and getting them more
Yep.
attracted to seeing you guys in person. And that's only going to work for your outcome and capacity reasons for Carver Hawkeye moving forward. So it's a masterclass by McCollum. Guy doesn't stop. I love
Yeah,
him.
his confidence just continues to be a good thing for the program, I think. When I saw the Alabama game, I got excited. That's a program that has gotten a really, really, really good deep tournament runs lately. SEC powerhouse, Virginia Tech, ACC, Big Ten. It goes back a long way. It's fun. Yeah, and Creighton's just been good for a long time. So I give McCollum a lot of credit here. I know
I
he
will.
wasn't the only one involved, but
Yeah, I will for sure be at the December 21st game versus Alabama in Des Moines.
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
recommend that you guys get your tickets and we have ourselves a day downtown Des Moines pregame
I'd
for
love
that. And
to.
go to the
I
Coliseum.
would love to.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's
Dude, I haven't been to Carver for a long time. We talked about this when the renovation news broke a couple weeks ago. A lot of it is because I don't want to drive 2 hours and then 2 hours back, and my prize is Carver in my own backyard. Hell yeah, I'm going to go to that game.
yes, right. So hey, it's working for you. So start planning that. I can't wait to see you
Let's
there
do
and
it.
have yourselves a day.
Let's do it.
Falling down the Iowa basketball train here. Tonight's the NBA draft, and
Mm-hmm.
very rarely do I ever give a shit about the NBA draft. Well, tonight's different because Bennett Stirtz is not only in the NBA draft and expected to get drafted, he's actually in attendance. It's one thing being on the board, and then another thing actually getting the invite to come to the Big Apple to see your name called on the NBA draft. And I figured he was going to get drafted, but I've seen actually some projections of him going as low as 11.
I just looked that up. I wanted to see if you had seen anything there. So obviously, Diabanza, BYU guy, going number 1. 11. Let's see what ESPN has to say. I'm really curious now.
I saw
are you gonna shed a tear when he gets drafted?
If you sit back and reflect on what this guy's gone through to be invited to NBA draft is one of the most wild college basketball stories in recent years. And you go from Northwest Missouri State to Drake to Iowa and accomplish everything at every single school, right? Northwestern Missouri State national championship, Drake Missouri Valley Conference championship, winning a game in the NCAA tournament. Iowa, you take them to the Elite Eight for the first time in how many decades? And the only question I think about, Bryce, is what would his life be like if McCollum never left Northwest Missouri State?
Whatever. What's his major? I forget his major. That's what he'd be doing. Yeah, isn't that wild? He was on nobody's radar.
No.
ESPN has him going to the Oklahoma City Thunder, which, by the way, would probably be a great fit with now one of the more hated fan bases, sadly, in the NBA. But I think a good fit.
Oklahoma State. Yeah, I think his beginning odds, his highest odds you can get him at is the 14th pick at plus 400. So that tells me he's going to be around 17, 18, 19 probably. But seriously,
yeah, get back to your question. It's unbelievable. He was on no draft radars a year before.
Because this guy is loyal to a fault. And McCollum's staying in Northwest Missouri State. You would maybe think that by his senior year, McCollum's probably telling him, dude, go to Division One. But if he goes to Division One, yeah, sure, he might get a nice paycheck, but I don't think he's going to have the type of success he would have had under McCollum, right? And so he's definitely not going to the NBA draft. Honestly, I'm surprised he still is, but like to say that if you would have taken a different route and then make the NBA draft, you're absolutely crazy. So it's just wild that like how many players have maybe had the opportunity, but you also have to get kind of lucky,
Oh, absolutely.
And
yeah, there's a ton of that.
Yeah.
But man, there isn't a guy I would rather have this happen to. One puts in the work, true leader of men. Very excited for Bennett, and I hope he has a great career. I hope he turns into the next AJ Green.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see him be able to take a breather without having to play 100 minutes a game and have the ball hand for 99 minutes off 100 minutes.
It's gonna be a weird sight, Nate. You've been following him, probably not Northwest Missouri State years, but definitely the last two very closely, and you've seen him on the bench for a collection of probably 10 game minutes. So yeah, that'll be an adjustment for sure.
It's crazy. So I'll definitely be involved. I haven't cared about the NBA draft since probably Aaron White, and he got drafted in the second round. Yeah, Keegan Murray went first round, but he was a lottery pick, so I wasn't that excited. I knew he was going to get drafted. Bennett's in that sweet spot, so I'm more attached to Bennett for sure, since he actually brought us to an Elite Eight and to have to play for Fran McCaffrey.
This time tomorrow, when the episode is out and live, you will know where Bennett's at.
Yes. One last Iowa basketball news here, Bryce. Before I go to bed, all I do is research Iowa men's Instagrams and see what they've been up to. And Andrew McKeever, the St. Mary's transfer, who's 9'10", feels like
this picture.
Posted a picture with his parents. Look at that picture.
Where did his height come from?
There's no way those are his parents, are there?
This is amazing.
Dude, that's something I've been wanting my entire life. The suit up in Iowa uniform is this dude. Look at that. Mm-hmm. That's unreal. Shout out to the mom for birthing that. That's impressive.
Yeah. I don't understand genetics very well. This is even putting my brain in more of a mental blender.
All right. So needless to say, I'm excited to see this guy step on the court next year. I hope you get to see him step in Des Moines, because he might be 11'4". Every time I look at him, gains at 2 feet.
It's crazy. I'm keeping this picture up for at least a couple of minutes. It's unreal. Full footsaller, at least. They don't even look like they're 6 feet.
No,
hard to say.
All right. Enough of the Iowa news. Huge week for athletics here in the state of Iowa, because Jamie Pollard and Iowa State Cyclones athletic department officially say you can now get drunk inside their stadiums during the games.
Yeah, huge news for Cyclone fans. And I guess Pollard decided that Iowa State fans are not as sloppy as he originally said just less than a year ago. So really, really big news. Starting the first game of football, Iowa State fans can consume alcohol.
I'm not a big Pollard guy. And I know he's got a divided fan base, and it is what it is. He's done a lot of good things for Iowa State. There's no doubt about it. But, the one thing I kind of respected him for was holding his foot on not selling alcohol to his fans. And, you clearly know you have to do it, and nowadays, to bring in more revenue. But he was so stubborn and so just not commit to it. I thought it was hilarious.
To a point where he wasn't very kind in some of the statements towards the fans, which is why, of course, cheekily say that first part. I think it just has to happen. They've been doing it at concerts. Luke Combs just came out. They've got more this summer. I think Iowa State fans are mature enough to handle a little booze at the game.
It makes you think, to what point are we going to pit ourselves to find ways to get money to our student athletes nowadays? And am I going to have to start selling kidneys, to make sure that we get this recruit to come here just to give him a couple extra bucks, shit like that. It's going to keep getting worse and worse until the line is drawn somewhere.
Yeah. It's like what they always told us in school. There's the gateway drug, marijuana, and NIL was the gateway drug for us. So it's a scary road. If you think of the slippery slope theory, we might be in for dark times.
What a time to be a college athlete, though. You walked into a gold mine. So they're going to be selling Jack Trice and Hilton. And a reminder, Jack Trice is famous for you could leave during halftime, go get smoked in your car, and then come back into the stadium.
Yep.
So now they can just do that in the stadium instead. But you can't leave. So
can't leave. Makes
sense. And they're going to be doing it for basketball games at Hilton Coliseum. So they can be selling, what are they going to be? So we got
beer, wine, seltzers. It looks like some ready to drink cocktails, which I feel like is pretty much the case at a lot of venues. Maybe not professional venues. But
my favorite part here is a portion of the proceeds will go towards student wellness programs and alcohol education.
Okay. Oh, That's good. If we
Come get
need it, we could have used that
smoked.
back in the day.
Yeah, come get smoked off our alcohol, and then we're gonna put you in the education.
Right when you're at your worst on Monday morning, we're going to put you in a course.
Yeah.
That's
So
great news for Iowa State fans,
yeah,
man.
it is. It is. I can't believe they went that long without it. I
And I did enjoy
I
making fun of Iowa State for that
my,
reason
my
too.
thing is like, you know what? I low key miss the days where I had to sneak alcohol into the stadium because one, it was cheaper, two, it was more fun
Yeah,
sneaking it in, and now I got to
true.
pay freaking $13 for just a tall boy. So,
Yeah, I know.
but at least it's going towards my athletic department now, and me getting drunk is benefiting us getting a good quarterback.
Yeah, that's what you got to think of. Yeah, I wish somebody would have told us it was the good old days back then.
All right, not so sports news here. Have you seen the grown man crying on air, Bryce, this weekend? The news
Grown
anchor in
man
Iowa.
crying on air.
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
this is all over the country right now. Yeah, an Iowa news anchor, Dustin Nolan, quits on air. And he's not. Also, he got emotional. I exaggerated a little bit, but
Hmm.
a lot of people were slamming him for basically they thought he was slamming his company during it.
Okay.
I didn't get that vibe. Some people did. It is. I don't know. So you clearly didn't see an interview.
No, so I was in the
Okay.
absolute bowels of Cresco. I barely even looked at my phone. I did see this headline. Recognize this guy's face now. I'm kind of reading the thing here. First, why did he quit? Why is he tearing up? And why is he getting hate?
Um. So basically, he said that Nolan said that he chose to step away from the news industry because of facts matter, and told
Mm,
viewers they deserve better than trends of sanitized news.
mm, interesting.
Sounds like news everywhere. So I
I
mean,
can see where
what
people think he's slamming the network because it feels like
yes.
they're force feeding him things where he doesn't feel comfortable talking about and has decided to remove himself, which inadvertently kind of puts blame on the network.
But what do you
Interesting.
expect when you get yourself in the news, right? I
You're just a
maybe
talking
there's
head at that point.
yeah, but I think the funny part is here that he leaves his co-anchor, his wife, behind.
Oh my God, there's a lot going on at
Right?
KWQC.
So
Holy
when he was,
cow!
so I watched the video. He was he was like choking up trying to get his speech together, and they zoom out when his wife's right next to him, the other co-anchor. He's like,
Oh God.
so that part was funny.
Well, I'll have to see if I still have some friends in Davenport. You might too, right? Or Madison, maybe.
No,
We'll
but
have to
they
get a
both moved on.
Yeah, we'll have to try and get a deeper scoop on this, or have Dustin on the show to kind of give his 2 cents, especially
That's
since
like
it
their
sounds like he's
Ron
getting a little
Steele quitting.
backlash.
Not quite Ron Steele level, but he's their Emmy-winning Iowa local news anchor.
Yeah, that's a
So
big
big.
loss for the network.
It is. It is. It does get emotional sometimes. We get attached to the anchor guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
There's
us,
there's a
we just knows
routine
well.
in a lot of people's morning waking up and watching this guy, and it's he feels connected. He's done a lot of community events. I'm sure all these guys are popping up at local fairs and different events. I'm sure that's tough. Good for him for sticking up for what he believes in, I guess.
All right, so let's wrap up this episode with this week in Iowa. It's county fair season, baby. We're launching underway, and I know Howard County is launching, Jefferson County and Lynn
Yep.
County, probably multiple other counties are launching their county fairs. Did you ever participate or go to these county fairs back in the day? Like your home fair?
I did when I was a kid, and it's funny that we bring this up today because we were reminiscing and looking ahead to the Butler County Fair and some of the events that might transpire. One is the greased up pig wrestling at the Butler County Fair, which I actually did do as a kid in the Sioux County Fair. So yes, growing up, we would go to the Sioux County Fair. My mom doesn't remember this, and she's still trying to get some footage of me wrestling this pig, but did the tractor pull. Um, Sounds like some pig wrestling. Yes, I always really enjoyed it. Did you guys?
Yeah, all the time. The Great Cassuth County Fair. The parents would just drop us off to get us the hell away from them, and you be stuck there all day. So
It's like
kind of
peak
lame.
summer.
Yeah, yeah.
It, you don't
I
you
always
don't
I
like the
always
heat and you don't like the fair.
no. So I really hated it. The older I got, the more I hated it because it went Cassuth County Fair was like one of the last fairs of the
Hmm.
year in
Hmm.
the state, and then is either that week or the next week we had 2-a-days starting for football.
Yep.
So that's all I could ever think about was during the county fair. I'm like, I have fucking 2-a-days coming up.
2 days for football starting, which means
Yeah.
school starting, which means summer.
Right. So it's terrible. So I really didn't like the county fair, even though I was there all the time.
I understand that. I think I'm kind of connecting the dots in my brain, potentially why you're not so much of a state fair fan. You might have been scarred as a kid.
State fair fan? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there's some repressed memories here.
Yes and no, dude. Like, I hate the amount of people that go to the state fair. I think that pissed me off the most when I was there. I'm like, why are this many people here? You know, it's way too
crazy.
Many
you get there, and I know exactly what we're going to do when we get there, and that's just stand around and drink and eat terrible food. It's just exactly, but I love it. It's peak Iowa Americana.
Glad you like it. I fucking hate it. Well, they're getting a $2 million renovation or $20 million renovation this year at the Iowa State Fair, Bryce. The famous.
Yeah, tell me about this.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna be pumped because the famous swine barn is undergoing its biggest renovation in decades. Improved lighting, internet, sound systems for $20 million for the swine bar.
It's awesome. You know what? The first thing I do when I get to the state fair every year, I go look at that giant pig and his giant nutsack. It's unbelievable how big that pig gets. 1,200 pounds, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
Oh, yeah.
There's a giant pig there with a huge nutsack?
Huge. Massive.
It's like the same
we'll throw the
pig
last year's winner on there. I believe.
Oh, no,
yeah, it's a boar. I believe 1,400 pounds. That might be a little too high. It's like 1,200 to 1,400 pounds. It's crazy.
My two favorite things that come out of the state fair are the world's largest pumpkin. I think.
Yeah, that's always cool.
Maybe not the world's largest, but the largest pumpkin in the state. And then the husband call from the wives.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Daryl! Daryl! Daryl!
Yeah, that's great too.
I do like that.
Yeah. There's little gems. We'll at least be going to the Iowa pork tent this year. Hopefully stopping by our friends at Iowa Corn, maybe MediaCom even. We have a few people we got to go see this year. So I'll at least make a day trip.
Why are they putting $20 million into the fucking swine bar though?
That's a good question. It better be the coolest swine barn. And
that's where they decided to put the money in. I mean, look at it.
Money.
Yeah, it looks like shit, but it's like, I get that, but like the swine barn is worth the $20 million makeover.
If we can get you there again, we're going right to the swine barn.
I do want to look
Probably
at
won't be done this year, but we got to look at this pig. It's crazy.
Well, first we're going to the Butler County Fair this weekend, so I'm pumped to have you up. We're going to do some golfing Saturday.
Yep, have to.
The weather's nice. There's no concert though Saturday, so I think there's like monster truck destruction or something here. Ben sent me it.
Oh, nice. We saw some of that at the Grundy County Fair back in 2021. Really fun stuff. Really, if that's the case, I'm excited.
Barnyard Battles. Night of Destruction starts at 7 p.m. in the grandstand. $15.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
I'll pay $15 for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're in for a treat. I'll be up Friday night, I think, just so we can get out early and golf and get that done so we can go and get as much time at the fair as possible.
Cool. So looking forward to you golfing. Colby and I have a huge match tomorrow in men's league.
Your match play.
We were first place last week out of like 20 some teams, but we lost and we're in second place. But it's position week battle, so you play your closest opponent. So we as the number 2 seed, we play the number 1 seed tomorrow. So a huge match so be thinking of Colby and I tomorrow on the golf course.
Oh, I will. How's Colby playing?
Not his best. I think him and I are both so used to Dyke where you could just close your eyes and hit it, and no matter where you were, you're going to have a shot at the green. So we're struggling with that aspect. But there's been we're second place in the league, so we found a way.
Yeah, it can't be too bad.
No, we're doing our thing. So golf's fun, and we're getting adjusted to the Waterloo courses. So you'll get to play South Hills with us.
That'll be awesome. I need the prep, man. A city tournament in Des Moines just got signed up today, so I'll be doing my first competitive golf. I'm not ready. I'm not making the cut by any means.
No,
I think you got to break 80 like twice.
Yeah, I was thinking of this today. You're gonna have moments where, like, you know what? I'm competing right now. I'm competing. I'm throwing some shots, but you're gonna have moments where, like, yeah, this sucks.
I just took 4 off the tee, and now Yeah.
But it's good for you to put yourself in that environment. You got some power behind your ball. You're gonna be just fine. You don't know until you're in there. So get
Yep.
yourself
Good
in
point.
there. We'll get you warmed up Saturday. Pumped you're coming down. Let's go attack this Butler County Fair.
Let's do it. Have a good week, people. We'll see you soon.